Good to see you again.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a different type of system. And we talked about you doing continuous training before, and then we talked about doing lactate. The type of exercise we're doing today is going to be CP interval, or Creatine Phosphate interval.
Okay.
Using a different piece of equipment, using a ball slam, which literally, as it says in the tin, is slamming the ball onto the mat. So nothing too technical there, but there are some considerations taken into account.
Okay.
So I'm going to demonstrate the exercise for you. When you're approaching the ball, just approach with your feet hip width apart. Collecting the ball is literally safe lifting technique. So you're breaking from the knees, you're breaking from the hips, abs engaged, back straight, shoulders back and down, head in neutral position, collect the ball. It's always good practice when you're slamming the ball to keep your hands slightly behind the ball so the force comes down. As you come up, literally, up onto the toes, that allows the muscles to stretch up slightly, so getting a little bit of plyometric movement down and through the ball. Rather than just throwing your arms down, try and contract through your abdominals to get the contraction of the abs to force the ball down. So in real time, should look something like we're going to be working on a creatine phosphate interval of 6 to 1. Sorry, 1 to 6. Okay. So whatever we're working at, the rest time is going to be 6 times as long. Right. And now we set these intervals up. So as we're working creatine phosphate, your initial time that we set up on there was 20 seconds. So 20 seconds working, 6 times that rest, so end up being a 2-minute rest period, and we go for your next session.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're ready,
alright,
I know that you're warm already.
Yeah. So is this just a practice first, mate?
Yeah, go for a practice to see how it feels. Excellent. How'd that feel?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Got the timing of it right.
So you're really good at catching the ball back up.
Alright.
Okay, so just going to use the interval timer on the wall just so you can see it, see how long you've got left.
Okay.
So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're on.
Okay.
Your interval started. 20 seconds on. Good. Keep going. Nice stretch up. Onto the toes, using the abdominals to press the ball down. Good technique. 5 seconds left. Keep going. And we're going to start. Take a breath. How does that feel in terms of intensity?
Yeah, the weird thing is, like, obviously right up there, but I don't feel too out of breath, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's because you're using a different energy system. So when you're using your continuous, you're using your aerobic system.
Yeah.
In which case that you will feel quite breathless while you're doing the exercise that's fairly extended. The lactate exercise that you've done, you might have felt kind of a little bit more recovery in your rest period.
Yeah, definitely. That's where it was.
But, however, you still feel quite as if you're working hard during the interval itself. This interval, most of your recovery you're going to feel after it's over.
Alright, okay. Because it's almost like it just feels really explosive way of training, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And the reason why you're doing this, the reason why you might prescribe this, is to increase the client's speed and power output or force generation.
Okay.
So you literally got around about 50 odd seconds left to recover. They go through to a second set.
Yeah.
"45 seconds left on the timer."
Okay.
Just start to gather yourself and gather your thoughts.
The thing that does seem strange, obviously, is the time seems so long when you're recovering at times.
Absolutely, but think about your energy systems while they recover. We're using the CP system. Your CP system needs at least 3 to 5 minutes to fully recover.
Okay.
Because if you went into that exercise now too early,
Yeah.
you wouldn't in actual fact be using your CP system, you'd be using lactate system, and there's better ways of training the lactate system than probably using a slam ball.
Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense.
Okay, we're into 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, keep going. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, you get it there. Again, how that feel intensity-wise?
Yeah, certainly getting higher, and I can feel it towards the end of the set there now as well.
Strange thing is, people might say to you, why are you using 20 seconds for a CP instead of 10 seconds for a CP? And we're just ensuring that you're totally depleting that creatine phosphate system. And yes, you might well be introducing some high-end lactate towards the end of that.
So is that why I start slowing down sort of thing towards the end?
Once you start slowing down, you've now come out of that CP energy system, you've gone into your lactate energy system. But that's fine, because as you get fitter, you may well be able to extend that for a couple of seconds longer, and that's increasing your speed and power output.